Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's Tuesday morning. Time to get fired up and motivated. Time to get dialed into this F&I thing. Good morning. Let's get some people up in this piece. Good morning. Roger Smith, what's up, my man? Where are you viewing me from, my man? What part of the country? Oklahoma City. What's going down? Oklahoma City. Hey, man, I used to live in Oklahoma City when I was a kid. I actually went to elementary school out in Oklahoma City. Wow. My mother taught at Star Spencer High School out in Oklahoma City. Heidi, good morning. From Schenectady, New York. Good morning. Yeah, it's going to be a great day out there for sure. We're going to wait till we get some more people in here. Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys and gals. Good morning. It's time to get fired up. It's Tuesday. It's the end of the month. We about to close strong up in this piece. We about to show them what F&I got, right? We about to bring it like only F&I can bring it to a dealership. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, man. That's right. I went to Parkview Elementary, man. Out there. Matter of fact, that's where my parents met. Good morning. Good morning. We about to get it's Tuesday. It's the end of the month. Say good morning. Tell me where you're viewing me from. If you're viewing me from Texas, especially in Houston, Texas, man, God bless you. Listen, everybody in the F&I 20 group is thinking about you. And we're wishing you well, and we're wishing that everything gets better for you guys down there in Houston. We know you're going through it right now. Good morning. Chesapeake, Virginia. Good morning, champion. Mike, Chesapeake, Virginia. Good morning. We're going to give it just a couple of more minutes, and then we're about to go beast mode, right? I'm not going to keep you long. This morning, but we got to get us some fuel to close strong the end of the month, right? We got to get us some fuel going this morning so that we can bring it like only F&I can bring it, okay? So I'm not going to keep you this morning. I'm not going to keep you very long, but I'm trying to tell you, we need to bring it the end of this month like only F&I can bring it. We need to stop pretending like anybody can, like everyone in the dealership can hang with us, like everyone anywhere can rock with us, right? We need to bring it like F&I is supposed to bring it. Okay, so I'm not going to keep you long this morning. We're going to get a couple more people on this call, and then we're going to bring it. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, David. Johnny Hankins, good morning, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. About to close strong and start September even stronger. Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Good morning, champion. Good morning. Let's get dialed in here this morning. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys. By this time, I purposefully start a little bit after 9 o'clock. What time is it? So it's going on 9:30. I purposefully start now because everybody by this point in time should have pulled your numbers for this morning. Okay? Your month-to-date numbers should be pulled by this morning. And they should be posted against your forecast this morning. Okay? So first thing in the morning you need to do is you need to pull your numbers and you need to post them against your forecast. That's the first thing that you need to do. Good morning, Al. Good morning, champion. Where are you viewing me from, Al? But that's the first thing that you need to do. That's why I purposefully do not start at 9 o'clock, because I want you guys to pull your numbers first. I want you guys to be able to put your eyeballs on what your numbers look like against your forecast. And then I want you to be able to figure out what your roadmap should look like. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Pennsylvania. All right. Let's see what time it is. One more minute, man. Knock on some doors. Wake some people up. Text them if you need to. Call them. Say, hey, Shaka's on live. Jump on this piece. Let's get it on. Let's get it on for this month end. Come on now. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Ryan, good morning, champion. Good morning. Ryan, where are you viewing me from, my man? Where are you viewing me from? Good morning, champions. Let's get some people on this piece. Good morning. Tim Harrington, good morning, champion. For everybody on the call, don't know who Tim Harrington is. Tim, say good morning so everybody sees you, man. But Tim used to be my new car manager when I ran a Honda store in Iowa. The dude was my new car manager. At first, he was my finance manager, and then he became my new car manager. And then when I left the Honda dealership, he became the general sales manager, went on to become the GM of the dealership. Tim, say what's up to everybody. Good morning, champion. Good morning. That's my guy, Tim. We've been rocking together now for probably 7-8 years, man. That's my dude. Good morning. All right. It's time to get started. It's 9:30. It's time to get started. And listen to me. It's the end of the month. I'm not going to keep you long, but what I have to tell you, I need you to take this to heart. Listen to me. I want you to listen to what I'm about to tell you. Excuses make sense to those who are used to losing. Let me tell you again, okay? Excuses make sense to those who are used to losing, okay? Why am I telling you this? Because this is the end of the month, and I need for you guys in F&I to step up. I need you to step up, and I need you to keep showing up at the end of the month. It's easy. When we get slammed with all these deals at the end of the month, it's easy when the desk is throwing deals against the wall. It's easy when it seems like they're putting deals together that just don't make sense to F&I managers. It's easy when it seems like we're staying after 9 o'clock every single day in month end. It's easy to take a step back. Right? It's easy to take the path of least resistance. It's easy to not give it everything you got. But listen to me. I need for you guys to keep showing up. Right? When you show up, this is where our reputation again starts to be rebuilt. When you keep showing up, this is when people start looking at us and our perception starts to change within that dealership. When you keep showing up, that's when people start giving us our just due and our just credibility within that dealership. When you keep showing up, right? But when you make excuses, everyone makes excuses, right? When you make excuses, everyone knows that you're making excuses. Good morning, Mr. Perez. Good morning. When you make excuses, everyone knows it's an excuse, even if it's an excuse masked as a reason. What do I mean by that? Hey, when you're done doing a deal in F&I, the first thing your boss, your general manager, your owner, your GSM asks you is what? How'd you do on that deal? Right? What did you do? Did you sell any product on that deal? Did you make any money on that deal? Did you give me a return on investment on that deal? Did I get any ROI for putting you in that office on that deal? Right? And we can either go one of two ways, right? We can either say, yeah, I stepped up, I showed up, and I hit the ball out of the park, or I could give a reason, right? Oh, well, you know what? They had a service contract before and they never used it. Oh, well, their uncle is a mechanic and their mechanic shop is a mile down the street. Oh, their mom is a rocket scientist. Oh, their dad is a lawyer, right? So they didn't want any product. Like any of that makes sense. Right? But we get so accustomed to giving reasons, to giving excuses masked as reasons that they start making sense to us. And listen to me, excuses make sense to those who are used to losing. So what I want you to do is stop being used to losing. Step up, continue to show up. And what do I mean by continue to show up? When you show up in the hardest circumstance, like the end of the month. When you show up, when it's impossible to others, when you show up, when others in the dealership count you out, when you show up, that's when you start separating yourself from the rest of the pack. When you show up, that's when you start getting that credibility, right? That's when others start putting that value into you, right? That's when others start seeing you in a different light, when you show up. Because think about it. If it were easy, everyone would do it, right? If it were easy, you'd have everyone volleying to be in F&I. You'd have everyone fighting to be in F&I, right? But when people are in F&I and they decide, hey, it's too much for me to continue showing up, right? I continue getting beat to the punch by customers, right? I continue to come up short in F&I. Then what's the first thing they want to do? They want to get out of F&I, right? They want to get out of F&I. They want to go up to the desk. They want to go back out to the floor. Why? Because then they make reasons, right? They give reasons like, hey, well, I just don't like being in an office. I like managing people. Right? I like being out where all the people are. Right? Regardless as to F&I being the higher paying management position in the store, people who continue to come up short in F&I, people who cannot hack it, people who stop showing up always want to get out of F&I. Right? Well, I want you to dig in. I want you to dig in and I want you to step up and I want you to show up. This week, I want you to show up and I want you to bring it like only we bring it, right? I want you to give the proper process, all right? I want you to give the proper process to every single customer. Don't feel rushed. Don't rush yourself. I want you to give the proper process and then I want you to give the proper presentation, the right presentation, not a menu presentation, but the right value build product presentation. Right? That product presentation that builds so much value in your customer that by the time you're done giving the presentation, you know that they want your product. That's the type of presentation that I want you to give your customers. All right? And once you give the right process and you give them the right presentation, again, not a BS menu presentation, but a real presentation, right? Then I want you to step in and I want you to close that customer and generate revenue for your dealer, for yourself, and for your family. All right? That's showing up. Every single customer. I don't care if it's your first customer today, or I don't care if it's your last customer tomorrow or Thursday. I want you to show up in every single customer. Leave no stone unturned. Leave no dollar, no penny, no quarter, no dime on the table. I want you to get it all. Why? Because your products back in F&I are worth it. When you ask $3,000 for a service contract, guess what? It's worth it. You just have to be able to present it like that, right? And if you're still using a BS menu, get rid of it so that you can start building value in your product so you can ask all the money and so that you can get it, right? So that you can generate the revenue, right? Show up. Again, it's easy to take the path of least resistance, right? It's easy to not show up when a customer comes in at 10:30 at night, right? And we have a bad attitude and we're wore out because we've been there 14 hours already, right? And then we're going to have to stay later after the customer leaves because we have to send all these deals in and we have to package all these deals up and we have to get as many deals up to the accounting office as possible so that we can make sure that we close the month down on time. I know it's hard to continue to show up. I know it. But again, excuses make sense to those who are used to losing. So the next time you or somebody on your F&I team makes an excuse, I want you to think about this and say, listen, I'm better than this, right? I'm better. I'm better than to continue making excuses. I didn't get to F&I by accident, right? I got to this position in my career and in my dealership on purpose, right? And the reason you got there is because you are in fact good enough. Somebody just may have forgot to tell you, but I'm going to tell you this morning, you are good enough. Right? You are good enough to step in the pocket when it gets hard. You are good enough to take the hits when it gets hard. You are good enough to stand in the kitchen when the heat gets turned up. You are good enough to head up the most profitable square footage in the dealership. Yes, you are good enough. I just need you to prove it today. I need you to prove it. And I need you to prove it tomorrow. And I need you to prove it Thursday. I need you to prove it this week. That you are the MVP in that dealership this week. I want you to step up. I want you to step up and I want you to get it and leave no stone unturned. Listen to me. Sell all of your product. Don't shortcut. Right? Don't sell a service contract and when the customer tries to shut you down, you don't move on. Or don't sell a service contract and maintenance because it's the low-hanging fruit and not go for your key replacement, your dent ding, your windshield, your environmental. I want you to sell it all. I want you to get all the revenue. And I want that customer to be fully protected. Why? Because customers deserve protection. Listen, the money comes and goes. This is what you need to tell customers. And listen, the money comes and goes. When you spend this money to get this protection, you will replace the money. But the protection will last always, right? The protection will last the duration of your loan. The protection will last for the entire time that you own the vehicle if you own it up to 5 or 6 years. The protection will be there for you morning, noon, and night. The money that it costs, come on. The money that it costs is going to be spent. And guess what? You're going to go back and earn it and get it again. But it's the protection that counts. It's the protection that counts. Show up, right? Don't let them close you at the end of this month, right? I don't care how bad someone's attitude gets in that dealership. I don't care if the GM's attitude is bad. I don't care if the general sales manager's attitude is bad and he's breathing down your neck. I don't care how the attitude of the desk is. The end of this month. I don't care how your salespeople are feeling at the end of this month. I want you to lead. I want you to lead. If the morale is down in your store, I want you to go out on that showroom floor, hold a meeting, and fire everybody up. Come on now, show up. I need you to grab the desk managers. I want you to pull them in your office, and I want you to fire them up and say, hey, there's levels to this thing. There's levels to this thing called being number one. And it's time for us to show up. I know we tired. I know it's the end of the month. I know we've been grinding this whole time. I know that customers have been wearing us out. I know we're not on pace to hit a record. I know that we're a little bit behind, but listen to me. When there's breath in our body and the lights are on and the doors are open, we got the opportunity to come out ahead. We have the opportunity to come out champions. Come on. I want you to step up. And then stepping up and showing up doesn't only mean staying in the pocket with customers, but it means being a leader in your dealership. It means stepping up for your dealer. Yeah, the one who gave you the opportunity to sit in that seat, it means showing up for that guy or that gal. It means showing up and being a leader and saying, hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to be here. I appreciate you giving me the chance to show you what I got. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity and the career advancement. I'm not going to let you down, right? Show up. Because again, one more time, excuses make sense to those who are used to losing. So if you make an excuse today, guess what? Guess what that's really going to say about you? If you make an excuse tomorrow, guess what that's really going to say about you and this thing called F&I? If you make an excuse come Thursday, right, as to why you didn't hit your numbers, as to why you didn't produce, guess what that's going to say about you? It's going to say that, listen, you are used to losing because you are making excuses. Excuses make sense to those who are used to losing, right? Winners don't make excuses. Winners find ways to get better. That's what winners do. Winners will never make an excuse. Winners will never try to find a way to weasel out. A winner will take their lumps and then try to find a way to come back even stronger and even better with more knowledge, right? That's what winners do. And if you're behind right now, then I need for you to step up, right? I need you to find a way to come back even bigger and even better, right? I need you to find out. I need you to figure out where you came up short, and I need you to fill in that gap. I need you to fill in that gap. Listen to me. The most certain person in the room will always influence the other people. Let that sink into you. The most certain person in the room will always influence the other people. How certain are you? How convicted are you about the products that you sell? How convicted are you? How certain are you about the presentation? How certain are you about the value that your products can bring to a customer? Huh? How certain are you? Because if you're certain, the most certain person in the room will always influence the other people. And if you are certain that your products are valuable to that customer, if you're certain that your products are a game changer to that customer, if you're certain that that product will be the difference between whether your customer has a bad experience or a good experience with their car buying or with their ownership, right? Then I need you to bring that certainty to the table, because what will be more certain than you? Your customer will be more certain about the fact that they're not going to purchase anything than you will about the value that your product holds, right? And if your customer is more certain than you, then guess what? They close you, and then you walk out of the office and your manager says, hey, how did you do? Right? And if your customer was more certain than you, and they closed you on why they weren't going to purchase your product, then guess what? You flip right into a reason or an excuse masked as a reason, right? Come on now. I need you to show up the end of the month. This is the end of the month. This is the end of the month. And listen to me. I need you to show up even when it gets hard, when it gets challenging. Listen to me. I need you to step up. I need you to dig in. And the harder it gets, I need you to get a grip. I need you to get a grip on that F&I office. And I need you to dig in, because the more challenging it gets and the harder it gets, that's when we step up. That's when we raise our hand. Listen to me. That's when it's showtime. That's when it's time for us to shine. That's when it's time for us to show that, listen, we're a different breed of employee inside that dealership. This is what we do, right? We deal with the hard customers. This is what we do. We step up when it gets challenging. This is what we do, right? We don't back up. We keep moving forward. This is what we do. This is called F&I. And you are the F&I manager. You're in charge of the most profitable square footage in your store. I need for the whole dealership to know that. And the only way that they will know that is if you come out of your office, you make yourself seen this morning, right? You go out on that showroom floor and you shake hands with everybody out there. You go knock on your GM's office and you wave to that GM. You go knock on your GSM's office and you wave to that GSM and you say, hey, I'm here. I got your back, right? Let's get it on today. Let's get it on tomorrow. Let's get it on Thursday. Let's knock it out of the park. Do not reserve yourself to the excuses, right? Yep. It's going to get hard today, right? You got a few minutes to be on this right here, that's live, but it's going to get hard today. You're going to get backed up with deals today, right? Especially if you're a high volume store and you happen to be understaffed, right? If you happen to be one of those dealerships that swamp your F&I manager to do 100 and 110 and 115 deals a month, yeah, you're going to get backed up today, right? But F&I, I'm talking to you. If you happen to be in one of those stores, woo, keep your composure, right? Stay laser focused on succeeding this morning. Stay laser focused on generating that revenue this morning. Don't give up and don't give in. Keep on reaching. Keep on swinging. Keep on bringing the value with all of your products this morning. Continue doing the right thing and being ethical, but keep on pushing that value, right? Insist that you close the customer, right? Not insist that the customer buy, but insist that you yourself close that customer. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is if you don't have the skill set to stay in the close and close that customer, then go get it. Skill up. Go get it. Go get yourself some training so that no excuse ever makes sense to you. Because again, excuses make sense to those who are used to losing, right? So skill up. Continue to skill up until you're the most certain person in your office at all times. Continue to skill up until you're the most certain person in that dealership at all times. Continue to skill up until you're certain and you know for sure, beyond a shadow of a doubt, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how challenging it gets, no matter how much pushback you get, no matter how much information the customer has, listen to me. Continue to skill up until you know that at the end of the month, you're going to generate the revenue no matter what, right? That's a skill set that you need to possess as an F&I manager, right? Don't put the onus. Don't put the responsibility of your revenue on the desk. It's not their responsibility. Don't put the responsibility of the revenue at the end of this month on your salespeople. It's not their responsibility, right? Those guys and gals' responsibility out on the showroom floor are to sell the car, to sell the vehicle, to give the customer a great experience while eating up market share. That's their responsibility. Our responsibility is to continue to show up. That's our responsibility, right? Skills. Skills will bring certainty. Skills breed certainty. Skill sets bring certainty, right? Not how long you've been in the business, right? I saw a post on the F&I 20 group, some lady talking about I've been in the business 27 years. So nobody cares how long you've been in the business. How many times I have to keep telling people that? It's not your years in the business that make you good or bad. It's your skill set, right? How is your skill set? Can you overcome any challenge at any time in the dealership? Are you able to close customers when customers come in with a massive amount of objections? Right? Do you know how to close? Do you know the correct approach to closing? Right? Do you know the correct process you should have in your store? Right? Or are you still out there making the customer wait for 20 minutes to get back in your office? Are you still going out there and giving them an interview and interrogating them with 15 questions? Right? Are you bringing them back to your office and still giving them that garbage menu presentation that everybody is still selling? Right? I mean, that everybody's still doing, right? And then when it's time to close, these F&I schools teach you to do the Columbo close. Are you still doing that? Or are you skilling up? Are you treating F&I like it's your life and not a job? Are you treating F&I like it's your everything and not just a job that you applied for and happened to get? Are you treating F&I like it's your air and you need air to breathe and to live? Are you treating F&I as if it's that important? Or is it just another job to you? Is it just another job? Is it just something that you show up to hesitantly? Right? Is it just something that you happen to need to have in order to pay your bills? Right? Or is this life? Because if it's not life to you, if it's not your life, then listen, move out of the way so someone else can have the opportunity to make it their life so that we can bring it back better than ever. Right? Sick of the 25-year plus employees talking about how long they've been in the business. Right? You're the one that got us the bad reputations in the first place. Right? We need to change this thing around. We need to change it around and become great. Because we are great. You've been in the business 30 years, you're great. Right? You've been in the business 10 years, you're great. You've been in the business 5 years, you're great. And if you've been in the business 6 months, I love you because you are great and you haven't learned them garbage bad habits. Come on. I need you to step up. Show up today. I don't care what anybody tells you in your dealership. Show up today. With every customer, I want to know how good you did today after every single deal. I don't care if they walk in and finance with you. I don't care if they lease a deal. I don't care if they pay you cash, if they walk in with greenbacks, or if they walk in with a cashier's check. I want you to give it your all with the correct process, the correct F&I presentation, and the correct approach and ability to close. That's what I want. I want revenue generated today. Your dealer deserves it. Your dealer put his money at risk. His or her money at risk. Your dealer decided that you were the right fit for that F&I department. Come on. Come on. Show up. Your family is allowing you to be away from them right now so that you can show up. They deserve your very best. And you know who else is counting on you? Your future self. Your future self is looking back at you right now and saying, hey, listen, I want you to show up today. I want you to make it count today. I want you to put in the work today, right? I need you to do everything that you can to be great right now, today, so that I can be where I need to be in the future, right? Your future self is counting on you because your future self can't be as successful as he or she needs to be unless you bring it today and are as successful as you possibly can be today. Come on. I need you to bring it. Come on, this is F&I. And once again, we are making F&I great again. How are we doing that? By not taking a step back, by continuing to move forward, by continuing to skill up, and by continuing to become great. That's how we're making F&I great again, right? Skill up. Your skill set is everything. You either rock with Dealer F&I University and become the best that there possibly is, or rock with anyone else or any other F&I trainer or school. But whatever you decide to do, but continue to skill up. Don't never stop skilling up, right? No matter what it is that you continue to continue to scale up, continue to be able to bring it and bring that certainty and that conviction to the table. Every time you shake hands with that customer, right? Be so certain. Have your skill set so strong and be so certain that when that customer walks back to your office, they sit in front of you and they say, hey, I don't want to see any of that. I don't want to see none of that. I know you're going to show me a menu again, right? Because all the other F&I managers been showing a menu. I bought 19 cars and every one of them has showed me a menu, right? So I don't want to see any of that product. I don't want to buy anything else back here. I want to keep my payment exactly where they said it would be. And I don't want to see any of your stuff. I want you to smile at them. And I want you to say, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, no problem at all. I encourage you not to purchase anything that you don't see value in, right? If you don't purchase anything from me, that's my fault, not yours. Let's get to it. Okay? I want you to say it with conviction and with certainty, because in reality, what you said is true. If the customer does not purchase anything from you, it is your fault, not theirs, right? You should encourage them not to purchase anything that they don't that they don't see value in. That's true. If you don't know how to build value in your product, right? Because you've been using that old BS menu for the last 15, 20 years, however long you've been in F&I, listen to me. The customer is not supposed to purchase anything from you. Yes, that's your fault. Right? Step up and skill up. I don't care how long you've been in the business. Step up and skill up so that you can continue to show up even when it gets hard. Even when it's challenging. Even when they tell you what you can't do and that it's impossible. Right? Even when the salesperson walks back to your office and says, hey, my customer got to go. They got to go. They've been here for the last 5 hours. They got to go. Their dog hasn't been taken for a walk. The kids are tired. They haven't eaten. The parents are tired. They have to get up in the morning. I know that they've been here 5 hours. They've been negotiating $10 on the payment for the last 5 hours. And now we're finally ready to roll. They got to go. They got to go. They got to go. They got to go. Right? I need you to woosah. I need you to take a moment. Right? Stretch. Get your head right. Take whatever that salesperson said negatively about that customer, take it in one ear, put it out the other. And I need you to step up. And I need you to show up. I need you to put everything out there on the field. It's game time. All right? It's game time. This is month end. I'm proud of everybody who is watching this right now. And I'm proud of everybody who will see it after this video concludes. Listen to me. I'm proud of you all. F&I love you. And I want you to step up. I want you to show up. I need you to dig in at the end of this month. And I need for you to make it happen. All right. My name is Shaka Dyson. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please share this stream because I want people to see it this morning. Please share the stream. Please share the stream. Let me see some love. Let me see those hearts. Let me see those likes. And please share the stream this morning. Please share the stream because listen, I believe in you. I believe that you're the best. I believe and I know what you go through. Thank you for all the hearts. Thank you for all the love and all the hearts. I believe in you. Listen, if don't no one else believe in you, I believe in you. If don't no one else know what you go through on a day-to-day basis, I do. If don't no one else know the pain and hardship and the challenge that you have back in F&I, I do. I know it firsthand. I know what the fight is like, right? So I want to encourage you this morning. Okay, I want to encourage you this morning to stay in the pocket, to stay in the fight, and to not give up. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being on the stream. Please share it. Please share it for me. Thank you for all the love, all the likes, all the hearts, and have a great month-end close. I'll see you next Tuesday. Peace.